Some days ago, I posted in my Instagram stories asking what my followers or what your questions are real estate related. And I got two. One was for my sister. She asked if how to avoid being house poor. These are the people who are salary dependent. And number two, how to buy a house or how to buy a condo if you are an OFW. So let me answer the second question. I want you to remember these terms while we are discussing the process. Reservation fee, equity down payment, loan application, and other fees. Okay? Remember these four terms, all right? So, before the pandemic happened, reservation of a real estate is quite difficult.
Developers, they weren't too keen on allowing the agent to reserve on behalf of the client. So every time we do the reservation, we need an SPA, special power of attorney, and assigning a relative or us, assigning us to reserve on their behalf. So it will take another week or 2 weeks or even a month before we can finalize the reservation. It takes this long because we need, for example, we live in Singapore, we need the documents to be red ribbon at the embassy. So they will have to request for an appointment. They have to go there and then deliver that document here. Give it to me or directly to the developer. So it's very hard, very difficult. After receiving the document, the SPA, we will send that to the developer along with the buyer's info sheet, the valid ID, and all other requirements. So it's a must. Emailing of the document, they did not allow that then until the pandemic came. The pandemic brought about so many different problems, but it also gave us a good thing. One of the good things are the reservation process became easier and it became quicker because we diverted or we adapted to the digital platform, emails and messengers.
So let's start with the process. Once the deal is closed, we require the clients to submit the forms, and these are the buyer's info sheet, 2 valid IDs, proof of income, may it be a payslip, a certificate of employment, or a job contract, and birth certificate. But for OFWs, mostly the proof of income that the developers require are or is the job contract, especially the ones that came from not just the company but from the OWA. Once the documents have passed the evaluation from the developer then gives the bank account to which the client or the buyer will deposit the reservation fee. And I've explained further somewhere above here. I'm gonna link the explanation as to why reservation fee is important. 30 days after the reservation is complete or after the reservation is done, you have to start paying for the equity. The equity down payment, in simple terms, in Filipino or here in the Philippines as applied, is the down payment staggered in equal months for a specific period. 24 months, 36 months, and as long as 48 months. By the way, this is Antara. This is one of the fastest rising condos in Talisay, and it is very affordable today. We have a promo, and Tower 3, this is Tower 1, Tower 2 is somewhere here, Tower 3 is all the way there, and it is open for selling. It's already accepting letters of intent. The third item that you should remember is the loan application. And this is very important because sometimes the banks require that you have to be here in the Philippines in order to sign the documents. But one solution of that is assign your agent to become your SPA, okay? Or assign a relative to become your SPA, the attorney in fact. And then they are the ones who will sign the documents in your behalf. And don't forget that these SPAs should be red ribboned from the embassy in your country. So it has become very easy for the clients to sign the documents because they have us, the SPA. And finally, number 4, the other fees. This comprises of the transfer charges, move-in fees, and bank processing fees or pag-ibig processing fees. These are not, sometimes these are not included in the total contract price, so you better ask your agents about it or brokers about it. And I'm gonna put here the more extensive discussion about the transfer charges.